Now today, January the 30th, is of course China's Lunar New Year's Eve. This is an extremely important day for Chinese people right around the world, and it's a time when family members are supposed to gather together at home to celebrate the day. On this day, people traditionally go shopping, visit relatives and prepare a lavish dinner. But China's official holiday arrangements for 2014, which were announced last month, exclude today from the list of official public holidays. In fact, the Lunar New Year's Eve has only been an official holiday since 2007, but even so, the announcement has made many Chinese people quite upset and indignant. This has prompted a number of official sources to point out that in reality, many employees are still off today and that therefore the absence is technical rather than practical. They explained that for this reason, to officially designate the day as a holiday would have been a waste of one of those precious days off for most workers. But whether off or not, you can be quite sure that many Chinese people will be celebrating tonight, come what may. So to get a better sense of just what the Lunar New Year's Eve really means to contemporary Chinese people and how they plan to celebrate it, let's join our researcher Esther Dung in the newsroom. So firstly, Esther, generally we know today, of course, is a day for family reunions. But in present-day China, just what does the Lunar New Year's Eve mean to people, particularly those commenting online?
Well, first, I'd like to say that usually we say that the Chinese New Year or Spring Festival is the most important holiday for Chinese people. In Chinese, we say 过年, which means celebrate the New Year, and that refers to celebrations that take place today. For much of the world, December 31st marks the end of the year, but in Chinese tradition, the Lunar New Year's Eve is the last day of the year. For Chinese people, it's considered quite important for all family members to spend the last day and greet the first day of the new year together.
Right, then what are people doing to celebrate the day? I mean, is it simply that they just sit down together at home for a meal? Although that does sound quite relaxing.
Well, actually, people definitely do have a lot to do. Traditions vary from region to region, although generally speaking, the celebration activities are usually quite similar. I'll share some typical comments listed by net users. I listen to Zimeng Yudie, who gives this detailed description. In my hometown, we do a lot on Lunar New Year's Eve. At noon, we make dumplings. After lunch, we visit our ancestors' graves with relatives. In the afternoon, we stew meat and make other dishes. Then in the evening, we get together to enjoy the big dinner, sing, dance, and go to the temple nearby to pray before dawn. And we don't sleep until daybreak. While this poster on meishichina.com gives another picture, which may not sound that festive. On Lunar New Year's Eve, we chat with each other, watch television, and enjoy all kinds of snacks. And with the improvements in China's standards of living, more and more Chinese families choose to travel to other destinations to celebrate the day. Many are also booking their big family dinners at restaurants. Usually they have to book it a month or more in advance. And of course, fireworks have played a major part, but in recent years, fewer people are using them, mainly due to stricter safety regulations.
Since the Lunar New Year's Eve, as we've heard, is so important in Chinese culture, then the new holiday arrangements, I guess, must annoy a lot of people, right?
Yes, that's right. The web portal Sina.com carried out a survey asking people's opinions regarding the exclusion of the Lunar New Year's Eve as an official holiday. Of nearly 60,000 net users who responded, over 88% don't support the change. And as you said, although some experts explain that lots of people are actually off on this day, many online complain that there are still a considerable number who are not as a result of the new holiday arrangements. Many complain that for those who work far away from home, it's almost impossible to get home on time to celebrate the Lunar New Year's Eve. For example, Haishang Qingfeng has this question on Sohu.com. Have the decision makers ever thought about those who have to take long train journeys or commute a long distance by bus just to get home?
Finally, Esther, of course, today, this special day certainly has played an important role in the lives of most Chinese people in the past. But in recent years, it seems there are more people who say, I know that something is missing about it, that it's not as festive as it used to be. Why is that?
Right, plenty of posters do mention that, and many attribute this to the improvement of Chinese people's standard of living. In the past, it was only during the Lunar New Year's Eve that the Chinese families would prepare such elaborate large meals, while they would eat quite plain food for the remainder of the year. In some cases, there would not even be enough to eat. But that's rarely the case anymore, of course, as my last poster today points out. It says, well, nowadays, the Lunar New Year's Eve is not that much different than other days of the year. We just have a few more dishes on the table.
Okay, thanks for that, Esther. And of course, a Happy New Year to you. And that was China Take researcher Esther Dong with some of the opinion and reactions online to just how the Lunar New Year's Eve is celebrated here in China. And of course, that fact that it's not actually an official holiday this year. Next up on China Take, some of the top trending phrases on China's most popular search engines.